Hello. It's been a while. Today is Friday again. My day is not over, but I thought it'd be good to record another video and kind of at least keep up with like a weekly cadence, just as like a keeping up with everything. How was my week? What happened? What are my thoughts? That type of thing. I think this was a relatively big week for me, so pretty excited to talk about it. Yeah, so I guess we'll kick off from week starts on Monday or Sunday if you like. I guess I'll start on Sunday. So I had a fairly lazy, slow Sunday. I meant to go to church and then I ended up not going. Um, like I just kind of lay there for a bit and then I didn't go. There wasn't any particular reason not to go. I guess I just wasn't feeling it. Perhaps it wasn't even daylight savings. Daylight savings was last week and I made it. It starts at 8:15, and I chose not to go this week for no real particular reason. Still haven't really thought about it too much. I guess I intended to go this week, but I cannot because I will be busy on Sunday, the whole day. So can't make it. But yeah, I think so far what I've enjoyed about it. I guess we'll talk about church now. So as a background, my family is Buddhist. My grandma on my mom's side is a Buddhist monk at a temple nearby-ish, like 30 minutes. It's closer than all my other grandparents. And we keep a room here for her because she used to visit a lot more when she was younger. And that room has a lot of Buddhist like statues, like offering stuff. And we do try to adhere to that. So I say adhere a lot these days. I guess that's the word to look out for this episode. But like when we bring fruits, veggies home, mostly fruits, we will offer it to the altar there for like a day, and that's like blessing it. It's like it's like here we go. We're entrusting the food to the Buddha and letting them enjoy it before we do. And sometimes it sits there for a little bit longer than it needs to, but like pretty much always we will do that. And it's not like a strong practice that I stick to, but when I'm at home, I do generally try to do it. Or if I bring fruit home, my parents will end up doing it for me, and then I will eat the food after. There are a few exceptions. Like there are definitely exceptions where, like if I buy bananas, it's usually because I'm about to play in a tournament or about to play. I will take the first one, and sometimes like we do have another painting downstairs with the same depictions. I'll offer it to that, or to Buddha through that, and then eat it and head out. Not always, but sometimes. More before when I was younger. So yeah, Christianity recently has been more like a recent exploration for me, and I think my primary reason is just I have people or friends that I admire who attend church, and I was more interested. I became interested in their beliefs. See what's up. What are the differences? I guess not what the difference is, but like what are they getting out of it that I'm maybe missing out on? So going into it with a very open mind, just like accepting whatever they're telling me. I was expecting to be a little bit more like disagreeable with what I was seeing there, but that hasn't really happened so far. There are a few things that make you like raise an eyebrow when they mentioned kind of like political things. I think especially now. So it is early 2026. It's March right now. I have heard mentions of Israel quite a lot. Like the word is in the Bible, and they like the pastors that I've listened to have made comments on like the current political situation or just like certain such and such countries are doing so. They never say the exact names except for Israel, but that's not in this context. So they'll always say like certain countries are doing such and such things that are not so kind to their neighbors. It's difficult to be. I don't remember exactly what they said, but it was something about like it's difficult to be friendly and like forgiving to everyone in their current political state where we're dealing with a lot of stuff, and they do kind of take care not to. I guess I thought they would take more care in like not picking sides politically, but they definitely do. I definitely feel like the churches I have attended so far have been fairly like anti-Trump, anti-war, um, which is good, and it aligns with my kind of political view. I think it makes it a lot easier to digest. Um, yeah, just haven't really disagreed on anything, and yeah, it definitely keeps me open to going more. I'm starting to get to the point, so I've gone like 4 or 5 times now, and I'm starting to get to the point. I think what I felt last Sunday was more of like, I don't know if I have like that much to get out of it. Um, so let me try not going. And then this week has been, it felt like I didn't really notice it, but it felt a little emptier without it. Because I think the great thing about going to church early on Sunday was I get that early start, and then I am with community. I don't really talk to anyone, but like I get to kind of listen, like wake my mind up, have something to think about for the rest of the day. And I've been lucky enough for that to carry over into the week, for like a few days. That kind of like feeling and like, you know, excitement, like, oh, this is like something I should be aware of. It's like gossip was a topic when I went to New York, that the pastor discussed. That was a topic of the week. That was very good to be mindful of, because I don't think I'm much of a gossiper myself, but it was good to be aware of it and kind of think about like what have I done? You know, what are some things that I may have done in the past that are not so agreeable? So I think it's good to be mindful of those things. And then the local church, it's been more very focused around like being kind to your neighbor. I think that was like it's just such good timing for me to hear that, because that was like kind of like when I give the example of like, why I don't know why people need to go to church to like hear this stuff, because it's like these seem like very basic moral standards to hold, common sense, if you will. And being kind to your neighbor is just like the first thing I think of. Is like, if you can help someone, help them, especially if it's at no cost to you, or if it's at, you know, a cost you can spare. Um, and I think I have personally seen phases in my life where I've been more or less willing to give. I think especially the first year I started working full time, in New York, I was working at Facebook. So I had, you know, money that I didn't really know what to do with after I had spent on rent, my savings, like 401k, contributed everything. You know, I saved money, but like I had money to spare, because we had like, okay, not money to spare per se, but like I had extra change, I guess. And there were times where I noticed myself being a lot kinder to people that year, especially in Chinatown. I remember just kind of like giving, just like if people needed food, or like they seemed they were asking for stuff, I would take a little bit more time out of my day to go help them. I don't remember if it was exactly that year, but there were like several instances where I ran into like older Chinese people who were looking for things or places. I think even like the first month I was working, I was living up in, on 50th Street at the Corp housing, and I remember running into someone outside of, Grand Central, who was looking for the Chinese embassy, and he was kind of like described it to me. I didn't know where it was, but he described it to me, and he was like, "Oh, it's by like the big boat," and I was like, "Big boat," and then he said, "Hong Kong Wujian," which is like fighter planes, and I was like, "Oh, my dad loves this." So then I directed him to the spot. It's like, "Oh, walk all the way down that way," all in Chinese, of course, but yeah, all the way down to, the west side, and then hit a right, go up a few streets, you'll find it. Like showing him everything, and he was very appreciative. And then kind of similar stuff happened in Chinatown too. I think someone, I don't remember what they were doing, just like asking, like he was crossing the street or something. I don't know. There were a lot of these instances that year, and I was definitely like being more generous with my money overall, to people on the street. Whereas before, and even like normally now, like a few days ago, I was over at, in Menlo Park, and I saw multiple homeless people near the J&J Hawaiian barbecue, and one of them, you know, asked, "Yo, can I have some money? Or can you get hungry?" Sorry, but yeah, I didn't really react to it. Like I normally just ignore them, like, it's not a problem I can solve on my own. I can't, that's not reasonable to give every single time that happens, especially if you're in like certain areas. Like this week I was in downtown San Jose. I didn't meet that many homeless people or see that many homeless people, but it's a little bit on the shadier side relative to where I live, and I understand I live in like a very privileged area. Yeah, it was just kind of like something I was kind of aware of earlier. I think on Tuesday when that happened, I was like, I just thought about it, like, normally I do give, or not normally, but like I do give, or I have given, and for some reason I didn't do it. Same thing happened. It was a Wednesday. It was hot as shit, and I decided not to. There was like an old man sitting in front of me at lunch, and I thought about paying for his meal, but I didn't do it. And I think that's been kind of bothering me for a few days. Like, why didn't I make that move when I thought about it for so long? Like, there's no real reason for me not to, you know? Like, sure, it's some money. Like, maybe it was, I don't know. Like, I could have just paid and left because he sat down after me and he just started eating when I was done. And I just didn't do it. So I think just wondering, like, why didn't I do that? And I don't know. But I'd like to change it. So that's kind of where I'm coming from now. Yeah, money is a weird thing. I definitely felt very detached this week. So I attended the NVIDIA GTC, like their GPU tech conference, and the amounts of money that they're discussing, like, of course, this is like at the business level where people have, dream money, fake money. Yeah, it just feels very like distant, like unexplainable and understandable. And I thought it was so odd because I would on Wednesday, the day I got the noodles. No, I got noodles on Tuesday. Sorry, on Wednesday. No, I got them on Wednesday. Never mind. It was after because it was hot as shit. But I went on Wednesday, and then I had to park a little bit further because it was the first time I actually drove myself. The other days, my dad dropped me off, and I would just like walk in. And I had to park far away enough because I went a little bit late. That I was kind of in like I don't know, San Jose is so weird, but like there's like downtown where like the larger buildings are and where the conference is, and then like a few streets away there's like houses, like townhouses, or not townhouses, but like houses. And I parked around one of those, and it's just like they get pretty shoddy. It's like kind of like downtown LA. You have like honestly pretty shit houses around, and just like it's not really a place you'd want to walk around normally, especially at night. And that's the vibe I got. But it was just so weird to like, I was just walking through that wearing like my freaking badge, got my loot bag on, and walking through there, just kind of like, cool. Let me go to my most valuable company in the world conference thing that I'm attending this week, and it was just so weird. And I think that just doesn't make any sense to me how people are talking. Like people will talk. They were talking about like, oh, like you use tokens. You should be using. I think I saw something Jensen said today. It was like a $500,000 engineer should be spending $250,000 worth of tokens. And I can't even really tell you what a token is. Like I know it's like a currency for AI. It's like how many requests. I don't know how many prompts you get basically. So right now I'm thinking of like one prompt is equal to like some number of tokens. It's like a very simple one. Let's say like I don't know. One sentence is equal to one token. That's not right, but let's say that. Right, and you're just like, you should be using this many tokens. And like the amount of money is ridiculous. Like that's life-changing money for anybody living on that street, probably. So yeah, it's weird to think that some people are doing this while we're living through this. And I think the kicker for me, I didn't really think about this until now, but the kicker for me is like, we're working on all this AI stuff, and the big problem we're really seeing is like cost of energy. And energy is super expensive. We see it in cars. it causes a lot of pollution to create more energy. I'm playing freaking Satisfactory, and I actually don't know if pollution is a problem in Satisfactory, but in Factorio, pollution is a huge problem. Pollution is what causes the local population, the bugs, to attack you in Factorio. And that's like when you expand your factory, and like each facility or each building you make that like produces something, or like produces energy, produces some material, it converts one thing, those cause pollution. And that you see on the map as like red or green. I think it's like poison. But you cause all this pollution that like destroys the environment and causes the bugs to evolve and get like worse and worse, the biters, and they get stronger to kind of scale the game difficulty. But you're destroying the planet that you're on, and that's basically what we're doing here. Jensen's talking about AI factories, talking about NVIDIA being like a it'll produce AI factories, blah, blah, blah. Like, but there's no real mention of power. Like, yes, sure, like we're getting more efficient, but at the same time, they're also trying to make more intensive AI, better products that consume it, and the demand for power and compute is just growing. Like, it's already outscaled what's currently available. So like, how the fuck are you supposed to fight global warming? Like we're already behind on it. Um, Trump is already setting us behind. And now we got this. So it's just like I don't understand how I am supposed to navigate this as me. And I think this is kind of like the part where I feel a little bit powerless. And it's like, yeah, I do think the proper way to go about this is to try to join like a energy conscious startup. So I feel better about it, because right now I think I am riding the wave and I am part of the problem, by working on what I work on, which is supporting AI. And it's like, yeah, it pays. Yeah, it's stable. But I think like the more I learn about it, the less it aligns with what I really value as a person. I love getting out on the weekends to go surf. I'm planning to do it tomorrow. I'm gonna be up at like 6:30. Okay, I'll be up earlier, 6:15, to get to my friend's house. We can go surf, and the water is getting quite warm. It was super fucking hot. Oh, that was the problem. It was super hot this week at NVIDIA's GTC. It was like 90. It's March. I think two couple weeks ago it was like 50, 40s. It was raining. It was cold. And suddenly it's hot as shit in March. Like, my window is open. It is 8:30 p.m. I think. Let me see. Yeah, 8:30. It's hot as shit in my room. Usually it only gets like this for like a week in June. Like when I was a kid, or even like 10 years ago, not even 10 years, 5 years ago, a week in June, maybe it'd be over 90 in California. And then now we're getting like month or like couple weeks over 90, like a week that'll be over like 100. Now it's March. I'm getting this. Like, this is bullshit. So, like, I think it makes it difficult to navigate this, because like I want to raise a family. I want to work now so I can save enough money to buy a house, support a family, give my kids a quality of life that is similar to or equal or greater than quality of life relative to like what I grew up with. And I think what really defines what I grew up with is like, there's parks nearby, there's pools, you can go learn any sport, food on the table, all the basic stuff. And then just like, can I go enjoy my life? Can I go to the beach? Can I go on a vacation, go see my grandparents, the type of thing. And I think by doing this job, by working in software, specifically working on like GPU platforms, it's steering it seems like conflict, because I'm making the money to get there, but will that world be there? I don't know. I'm like getting less convinced that it will. And I think the rough part for me is like, it's hard to convince myself that this is not the right path for me. It's because it's like, if I leave this, then like, what do? How do I can't make the money to go there, and like the world is gonna get worse anyway. Like I don't really think that I make enough of a difference. Like I'm just gonna get replaced. So they're gonna pull some other engineer to do what I'm already doing. They might do it better, and it'll happen faster. And yeah, I think like the energy crisis and like environment crisis is just much more. It's getting more and more concerning. And I'm not sure if I like the role I'm playing in it. So I don't know. Maybe I can do something in my current job that will let me address it. I hope so. Or I'll have to start my own company or join another company that does do something about it and can be really impactful. So yeah, that's kind of just like what I'm thinking about now, I guess. I just really figured that out just now during this talk. But yeah. Huh. I'm supposed to go to a friend's thing where we present like 5 to 10 minutes on a topic that we're interested in and then provide food that's related to it. This might be that topic. Yeah, something to think about. Yeah, but I guess the rest of my week, I mean, after all that, it's been pretty good. Pretty slow work week. I've been blocked basically the whole time on what I've been doing, and I finally kind of got unblocked today. Got people to fix stuff, so my stuff can go out. I got reviews, so it's all good. I think I'm waiting on some tests to finish so I can run it and send it out. Yeah, I'm playing in a tournament Sunday, going surfing tomorrow. I played a little bit today of grass. It's good. See friends. My allergies have been slaying me. I've been running Afrin as my like nasal thing, but I read online that it's not good to keep using this like all the time, and I am using it like morning and night. I wake up and like instantly congested. So I got a different, less medicated. It's from Flonase. Less medicated spray. So hopefully that is helping. It is helping. I used that when I got home, but it's like, am I using that on top of 2 of these, or am I able to replace like one or both of these with that? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like time really flies by. And yeah, I guess I just want to like do something about what I'm thinking about. Like I know I do address like a lot of like the personal things I can do about, but like the problems that I'm now like kind of getting aware of this week are larger than just like what I can do in a few days or like a week. And that kind of like long-term planning is like a lot scarier and like harder for me to do. Which means I should start now. And we'll see where we get. Yeah, not as fun of an episode as usual, I guess, but it wasn't as fun of a week. Or there was just like this really bothered me. I guess it's been on my mind for a few days. I never really like aired it out. So yeah, that's what's going on. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Everything else just feels so small relative to that. But I guess in terms of like good things, I'm been watching Bridgerton season 4. It's good to kind of get back in there. Yeah, it's fun to watch that stuff. And then I just put on Singles Inferno season 5. Try to catch up. Yeah, just because I have Netflix now. For who knows why. But, I have it again. I watch an episode and then head out. I'm playing volleyball later. Setting. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a lot better at setting. I think I am okay at it, but not like very good at it. I want to get to like the point where people are asking me consistently to be able to play as a setter. Just because I think that's like one of the only 2 ways I can like kind of move up division wise. Because right now I'm playing like double B, like largely double B as like a hitter. It's fun. Like I think outside is very fun, but it's not the position I'm going to be able to play at the next level. Like if I want to move up to A, I'm gonna have to set, or more likely be lib, because I don't think my blocking was gonna keep up in A if I'm setting, because then I'd have to block the pin, the outside. There's some big ass pins, so yeah, I'll work on this. Today's, I guess Saturday is my main, Sunday is my main chance where I get to play in the tournament, but today is kind of like the trial run, see where things go, and try to establish myself. Yeah, excited. Let you know how it goes. Yeah, I'm still really hot, but tomorrow onward should drop down to like, I think, low 80s, which is much better. Today was 90. Yeah. All right. I'll catch you later.